All right, so let's take a look on how you can find your profitable course topic. There is a lot of advice online on how to create online courses, and a lot of that is really For example, people recommend to go on platforms like Udemy or Skillshare and look for actually hot trending topics and then create a course around it or about it. But this is a recipe for failure, because when people buy an online course, they make the decision mainly because of the instructor, like you, and the first-hand experience of that instructor. So it doesn't really make sense to just create a course around a topic because it's trendy, because people buy from people. That is super important. People buy from people, and if people don't feel or see that you are really an expert in that field, they won't buy your course. And then you have some kind of this discounted courses on Udemy for $10 or whatsoever. It doesn't have value. It is super, super important that you create a course or find a course topic within your basically skill area, in an area where you have really talent and skills and ideally a track record. So with that, let's take a look at the 3 really important factors when it comes to finding a profitable course topic. Number 1, find your passion, your hidden talents and skills. You really just need to do what you love and the money will follow. Almost like this, but this is really where you should really play your strength. So focus on an area where you have really skills and talents, something you can teach. Okay, and just look at Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. I mean, they didn't found Apple or Microsoft because it was trendy. Back then it was super nerdy, like the entire computer scene, but they did it because they were really passionate about it. And only if you're really passionate about something, you can put in all the hours and make a great product. And if you're not really passionate about it, forget about it. It's like it won't be a good course anyways. Number 2, identify problems that you can solve. People want to go away from pain and they want to go towards like what they desire or some pleasure, okay? And so if you can identify some clear pain points within your market, you will never struggle making money again, because making money comes down on how well you can solve people's problems. Simple as that. So we have 2 really important factors. Again, the pain, the fear, the problems your market has. And on the other hand, this is their desires, their dreams and pleasure. Okay. So you have these 2, parts, and usually the pain part is, let's say, a bit more severe. Like for example, it's just imagine you break your leg, and now you would pay money to get it fixed as soon as possible because you're in pain, okay? So pain is usually a really strong motivator. And on the other hand, you have pleasure, and this works well as well, but not as well as leading people away from pain. And ideally, you combine both so that you lead people away from pain towards their passion or desires. And it's the same with my guitar academy. Like, I focus on a problem because back then there weren't lessons about like how you can bang on your guitar and make percussive sounds out of it. And people ask me, they send me emails and ask me how if I could teach them how to play like this and all this. And so this was when I really discovered, hey, there is a pain point in the market. People really want to learn how to play like this, but there are no good lessons. So I identified the pain point and then created a product for the market to solve that pain point. And maybe you are running a blog already or a podcast or something like this, and you put out content already, and then it's kind of easy because you can just identify the blog posts or the podcast episodes or the YouTube videos that resonated best with your audience. And then you already get some hints on what really works within your niche. So let's focus on the 3rd factor. What makes you unique? So, like I said, I focused on modern percussive fingerstyle, which is a really tiny niche, and I was quite good at it. So I basically took advantage of this unique position, let's say, and created a guitar academy just for this kind of genre. And this usually yields really good results. And it's like each one of us is different. Like you have your own story, you have your own experiences, maybe you helped certain people, you have a certain character, whatever it is, like you need to try to leverage your uniqueness in a way and basically create your unfair advantage, okay, that no one else can copy easily. Okay, with that being said, let's now take a look inside the worksheet, because there I have some nice exercises that really help you to identify your profitable course topic. All right, now this is how the worksheet looks like. And what you do the first time when you open this, go to File. I mentioned it here, make a copy by clicking File. Then go to Make a Copy. And then you can choose your folder in case you use G Drive, Google Drive. And then you can basically just put it wherever you want. You can create a new folder and basically have your own little management structure, because we will get several of these worksheets, and then you can basically just copy them to your drive, and then you can basically work with them. Because right now this here is the master version, so you cannot edit this one. You need to copy it and put it in your drive. So number one is what you want to do to write down up to, or basically, the most interesting 5 niches that you're passionate about and that you know well. Then write down the top 5 skills that you have. And I have some answers. Not some answers. I had some questions for you that help you find the right answers. Firstly, what did you do regularly during the last years? In which areas of your life do you feel like you know more than others? Where is your expertise? What is it people ask you for help with? What comes easy to you that others are impressed by? Is there anything you're specifically passionate about or interested in pursuing in the near future? And what do you really want to do? Okay, so try to answer these, and you can as well send a message or an email to some of your closest contacts and really ask them, what are my biggest strengths? What is it you can count on me? And as well, what are my biggest weaknesses? And what is my superpower? Sometimes it's really funny what kind of answers you get. So yeah, really try to fill out all or answer all the questions over here. And then number 3, oh, by the way, we have this little menu over here, so you can actually, wait, I delete that. You can collapse this here or jump to certain sections. I just noticed it. So yeah, number 3, write down the top 5 pain points, problems or fears, and the 5 desires or pleasures of the previously mentioned niches. So for example here, it's a little tip, like how I did it. You can, for example, just find a best-selling book in your niche and then go on Amazon.com and read the 5-star and the 1 or 2-star reviews. And while reading the reviews, put on your detective hat and really look for the pain points and the pleasure here. You can as well go to Facebook or Quora or some other places online to learn more about this, but then you really dig deep and really see basically how your target market talks, what they want, what they fear, and everything. And for example, when it comes to diets, one pain point is, for example, that many people tried many diets but it never worked, or that they had some bad side effects. And what they really wanted is to just look great for their partner or certain events, and as they care about health and they just want to be healthy. But this is just an example. You can delete them and paste in your own pain points and the desires of your market now here. And then the magic happens when you put them together. So you combine them and look for the best combinations. Okay, so I have an example over here, and you can just type in your combination in there. And when you have this, it's actually, the logical next step is that people want to buy that course, because you're exactly solving the pain point and offering what they are wanting, their desire. Number 4 is then that you basically detect which one is the strongest problem and desire. That is really important. And as I said, usually problems basically way stronger than desires. And in point number 5, it's basically now time to build the bridge, okay? So you take the problem and define the transformation and show them how to go from A to B. This is what you can type in here. And another thing is that I find really helpful is, just imagine you're on a networking event, and a lot of people say, for example, hey, I run an agency, or I'm a fitness coach. But try to reframe it and say, for example, hey, I help people get more clients, or I help people to get fitter, or whatsoever, so that you have this kind of result or outcome focused approach. And this usually is much more interesting, and it's really important for our online course as well. Number 6 is then, if you have the skill set and knowledge to solve the problem, to get the person from A to B, then this is actually your niche and your course topic. If not, then you can still see if someone else has solved the problem beforehand and how they solved it. And maybe you can basically copy it or acquire the knowledge and skills that you need in order to do the same. And finally, we want to find out about your unfair advantage. So what is it that makes you really unique? And it can be your experience, your skills, your talent, your contacts, your network, your character, or whatsoever. Just write these advantages down over here. And finally, at the bottom, I have a checklist. And I recommend that all or most of the following points apply to your course topic. So I would say just open the worksheet, make a copy, and start filling it out.